finally decided to give something to adult LEGO Harry Potter fans by making a micro-scale Hogwarts castle.
Ollie, they've already released a micro-scale Hogwarts castle.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, in like 2018.
Also for adults?
It says 16 and up.
Oh. LEGO Harry Potter is doing exactly what LEGO Harry Potter does best by making another Hogwarts castle. However, this version is a lot more scaled down than the previous scaled down version, and the real appeal for this one, honestly, is probably just the size of it. It's a lot easier to actually fit on a shelf. This is set 76419, the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. And while this is the first smaller Harry Potter set for adults, it's definitely still not that cheap. But on the plus side, you know, it's not one of the largest LEGO sets ever, so it's got that going for it. And like the rest of the diorama type of sets that LEGO has made, this one actually includes a minifigure, which in this case is a updated and really nicely detailed version of the Hogwarts architect statue. He previously popped up in the first Harry Potter advent calendar and he was still really good in that, but this set has given him a very nice upgrade. But let's talk about the micro model itself. Now, I have built quite a lot of Hogwarts castles in my day, and I can honestly say that this is the worst building experience I have had for a castle. Don't get me wrong, this set is really gorgeous. I love the design of this, and I also just love how nicely it fits on a bookshelf. This fits perfectly on a Billy bookcase, which is personally one of my favorite shelves that I have in my bedroom. And considering just how much space all of the other Hogwarts sections have taken up, this is a really pleasant switch up. But the build for this was awful. I have built the micro scale Hogwarts castle, and I did do it in sections, but that felt a lot more enjoyable than this. This just felt very tiring, very fiddly, and was really difficult to do at some parts too, considering I was trying to watch a movie at the time. So if you don't like micro building, you're definitely not going to enjoy this set. However, just from an aesthetic point of view, this set has a lot going for it. I love the printed Hogwarts castle tile on the top. I love the simple black border. I love how smooth all of the lake pieces are, as well as the Durmstrang ship crashing in the waves. And probably most importantly, I love how this is the most complete Hogwarts castle that we have ever gotten out of LEGO. There are some notable exclusions, being the Quidditch pitch and Hagrid's hut. However, they did include the Beauxbaton's carriage, the Durmstrang ship, as well as the tiny little Whomping Willow. Now, this set is expensive and has a lot of pieces, and this model overall is pretty small given just how big the box size is, and that is really just because this build is incredibly dense. Looking at the base, you can just see how little hollow sections there are, and even picking it up, it is very heavy, particularly on this right-hand side. And this entire model focuses on all aspects of the castle. First up, you have the boathouse, where all of the first years enter, and they can lead their way up to the courtyard, which will then lead us into the Great Hall for the sorting ceremony. Next to it, you have the Grand Tower, featuring a tiny little build of binoculars to represent the Gryffindor and Ravenclaw towers, which I thought was pretty cool. We have a couple more courtyards, the Viaduct Bridge, the Astronomy Tower, and on the very far right as well, there is a large selection of greenhouses, which look really cool. This set is equipped with so many Easter eggs in a variety of rooms, and if you were a massive LEGO Harry Potter fan, you were gonna pick up on these straight away. In fact, it even retells little sections of the story too.
Ron, no!
And the instructions is filled with a bunch of fun facts about the build. Another thing though I did notice when building this set is that there is no depiction of the clock tower, which is really interesting considering it's a section that in LEGO Harry Potter has been done multiple times. They've made it into various sets, and it's probably one of the more well-known buildings outside of the Great Hall, the Grand Tower, and the Astronomy Tower, and I guess Hagrid's hut for that matter, but it is notably absent in this set, which isn't too big of a deal considering it would be at the back of the model anyway. Everything in this set is printed, and there are a couple of printed tiles as well as printed bricks in order to add some much needed detail in the form of doors and windows and just grand fixtures overall. But when those printed pieces aren't being used, there is an amazing amount of build techniques used in this set. One of the personal highlights for me was the Astronomy Tower. The whole thing is just completely smoothed off and rounded off, and honestly, outside of a couple bits of rock work, this whole thing is completely tiled off, which I really like. I mean, especially with the rock work and even the couple of bits of grass on the back of the Hogwarts castle, I honestly think that that adds to the whole effect of Hogwarts. Though this set literally is a display piece, there's no play features, there's nothing you can interact with even in the slightest. I mean, the most you can do is kind of unclip the Durmstrang ship, but then again, I can't see many people doing that to begin with. If you've been wanting a really complete version of Hogwarts for a really long time, this is the set to go for. I would definitely pick this up over getting any of the modulars, and if you're looking at that larger scale Hogwarts castle but it's just too expensive, this is a perfect option that is literally half the price. However, I think when it comes to the micro scale castles, the bigger one is definitely the one that I preferred the most. It's a lot harder to display just because of the size of it, but the build experience was more enjoyable, and I think it's a lot more grand of a display piece, whereas this, it's still really cool, but because it's smaller, it doesn't have that same wow factor. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think about this set in the comments down below. But until next time, I'll see you later.